koto asase ensase ni ye che e grade de egusu ayeto enche besa
Kessben 92.1
0553 840 646 0553 840 646 and after 055 3838 730 055 3838 730 but just the same no my father told me who say Radia madam no to me say ma be business real estate me the emas conference as ya me to na me the messing na brosan ko enti me see first floor na number floor so he say crash I say no esa enti ba akra no obeba no ubesi udi ato aso na magye property rent no ni bibia na me kuso amegi sa esia ko kanya me ani na beje wasase ewo e must estate for aso ya na asase we die eho jo papa bacho o how bia ne ho manso twe bia ne ho litigation freelance ana no pay e must estate for airtone I don't pay, but you're so good, Timia. Yes, I say no, a good chopoli and cry. One plot is 70 by 100. Half plot, I will hold. I don't pay with it at 30,000. Never be at why? I say, a crowd here. It's nice, your dominant free and rye benny. Your tissue and about 18,000. Promotion, papa. I mean, you may the Baba come with some Benadia 46 after 7. I mean, you're right, Jacob Araba in the Encomo, not one a year Vice President Tedema Nagrat. Zanaba, what's your car? Good morning, and Pom to say.
I speak, I may do, make you so. Now, also, I want to say.
And I don't mention her pa. Now, when you saw the answer, when yes, that.
Oh, me hoye pa.
Oh, yeah, na pressure on the doors, na.
Yeah, some more. Now, also want to say.
I don't me hoye pa. Now, see, you didn't see it to me. Office of the Special Prosecutor said, Wakwako Yenfishemo, in the northern part of the country. Now, over 2.8 million, Anna Wetimi are saving, all in the forms of ghost names. They didn't want to continue a teacher for. In fact, was it there are some schools will identify as part of the investigation. Those schools are not in existence. For that matter, and Crawford a year Juma say a for in those particular schools, I mean, woman you may be a mabans you tria womoka. And no a year dear kind. The atosumi no or saying Crawford be crowd wa womo NTSB womo by nan Kessesa Banya Ketu Yamoma so dear. Ye yomunina dino edi frame yet people are there womuguswa eji aketua de etosomi ensa enkrofo bi di sisese mu ayehwehwe mu ayehu wo mo ede enti akwakoba ni sei Nagrat membership no anything
yeah membership yeah teacher for omo every school ya ma mo certificate yeah employ through due process na no a regional directorate and a processor of my phone.
Okay.
It is a only certificate. Untimi embayati teni. We certificate no kra what the qua. Yes, I call back to your school. School now we know invest in now we know. Now work authenticate say I am pa a wana. And sana ya post to ako district no baby a obe juma into do district na district director so ahwe o class no no e di ako school ya post to ako no into ansana obeye ba be teacher ni no na wafa process mama ye regional director ye district director any national headquarters oba authenticate o document into say obi F3 na efa no a na echese nipa no wanfa process na me boss no nyina na chese ofa back door eno no ye ntimi hu eno ye controller any head of department be pia wo ye adwuma no school na wo ye adwuma wo headmaster so every month be a unvalidated. Ain't it say headmaster no onye na adwuma yi a eno no be ma wafa mu say wonye qualified teacher. Ain't it from what you have said no na just nkofo no omu ni certificate a ye fra omu teacher for. Na just say omu kan ye ho.
So you may not fault the office of the special prosecutor or himself by saying said there are people we are unable to identify them yet for some years now. No, salary it looks as if some of your colleagues are not too much happy about that initiative from the special prosecutor.
No, it's not like that. This has been going on for some time now. But for time immemorial, we've been talking about ghost names.
Yes,
it's not a new issue. But what happens is that those who do the recruitment are not teachers. They are working with controller, and IPPD in our various offices. So they process your recruitment forms. It is not we, the unions, who do that. From time to time, they check through the payroll and ensure if you are not being validated, your name is taken off. That is how the process is supposed to be. And the ghost names have been there since time immemorial. So it will be difficult to say that our people were not happy. We were not happy because now in Kofobi were Jumamu teacher for they are qualified and they are working. And the controller stopped their pay without any due reason. They did not give reason for stopping their salary. That is where we were not happy.
I see. And see, more level of anger is not associated with the special prosecutor himself.
Our level of anger was that he did not inform us he's undertaking such a process, such a check on the payroll.
Yes, but his law does not require wabebo mamani ansa and wayene juma.
Sir, Uko school mona ebia, you were given a name. You have to check and find out what is happening to that person. And ascertain, say, or niho, he is a ghost or not. And that was not done in the first place.
I see. And to the best of the teacher unions, most of the people I was citing on at least a little bit of due diligence. But coming back to say, okay, we have A, B, C, D list of persons. Me identify one. Can you help us identify them if they are still within the system?
Yes, that is how the process is done. So, for example, sir, Ebia, you have taken permission from your head. You've gone somewhere.
Okay.
Now the audit gave your name that you were not present when they came. It is only fair that they will find out what happened to that person. That one who came, he was not in school. Then he will give his or her reason. If it's tangible, then you allow it. If it's not tangible, then you further, find out and do whatever you have to do.
I see. And steps Ben and Mube take say, but even before you come to that, so far no per the intel more any the report more receive, more members need be a part of this and or more fallen victims.
In fact, from the narration you have given, they are not qualified teachers. Members. For example, a school which is not in existence.
Yes.
How can somebody be a teacher in that school?
Yes, but I'm asking that question, but based on the fact, you expected the special prosecutor, even upon his investigation, obeba closer to more. Na wani mwedin komo ebi a certain persons are identify woman ebi may be in the system. So I'm asking say based on information ankasa munya say do you feel and our members ni be a reported say he's fallen victim of this particular exercise
No, this exercise we have not had any report from any of our members yet.
Okay, that means you wouldn't have any problem with the OSP, right?
No, I'm saying that this process has been going on over the years. It is something, so if you realize every year, BIA audit, even mostly monthly in the schools, we have internal auditor, external auditor. They come to the school anytime to audit. So this is a normal process. But in the case where you find out that somebody is not around, and you go ahead and stop the pay without doing more checks, that is where we had an issue.
Yes, but for me, I'm asking in specific terms, in terms of a Juma, OSP, no, aye. Now, if I listen to some of your colleagues from the other teacher unions, the impression I get, and it's it almost as if special prosecutor, a capture anchorophobia was say presumably they are unidentified, they are unable to identify them, and then to know the kind of a Juma abandia mo say womunye. But the impression I get is that as a anchorophony be a anchorophone, womoye members of the teacher unions, special prosecutor are mamuho for confirmation or validation, then it means the Juma no wanye ni. The more reason why, I mean, I'm coming from this particular angle. I don't know, so when you uncrophone kasa, I that impression now, and that is my own understanding.
Oh, that was the earlier report that came, but in particular reference to the northern region, we have not had complaints yet. That is what I'm saying. But the earlier one that the OSP did, that one we also complain about it.
Okay.
But this recent one, the Nyanti members that they have been victimized or otherwise, that we haven't had yet.
But you have been in the system for so long now. Eban is saying that yetimi create a non-existing school. Na yes and so a creative scheme, making it look as if the school na ankasane woho enti ya posting krofo akoho say womo nkoye adwuma na ye de womo ato aban payroll, so knowing very well say school no kra no it doesn't exist anyhow in the first place. Why do we do this within the system?
It's difficult for me to even understand, because in the first place the district knows all the schools under its jurisdiction, and they have to do monitoring, supervision, and what have you. How can a school exist for more than maybe a year, and on paper, physically it is not on the ground, and teachers are being paid? Their name passes through the directorate, and nobody has checked on it for this number of years. It's baffling. It's difficult to understand this. Very difficult.
On the other hand, in your normal course of dealing with the GES and the Ministry of Education, I mean, if presumably GES when is school be in certain areas, do you first of all post teachers to those areas and say you establish school now?
Oh no! You have to establish the school before you post teachers there. You cannot post teachers when the school has not been established. That cannot be done. So in the normal distance scheme of things, the school has to be created. It has to be established. It is upon the establishment of the school that you can also post teachers. And you should know the number of teachers you need in the first place. So if you don't establish the school, how can you post teachers there? You wouldn't know the number of workforce you need in that particular school. And the schools have numbers, they have identity that should be easily recognizable.
Okay.
Yes.
Very well. Mzaraba, anope mame enawase. Why?
Yo, Mr. Medase.
I'm grateful. You're
welcome.
And that is the Vice President, Edema Nagrat, speaking to us on the issues of investigation, Office of the Special Prosecutor, yes. There are some existing schools, schools no be ye school no kra, but ya posting krofo akoho se wo mo chirade ho enti controller etua wo mo ka. And there are people so wo mo system ni mu schools no ewo ho ya posti wo mo and so ye call ye no wo mo ne ho. I mean, we don't know their whereabouts. Yet wo mo je bosomi aketua a free controller, or in the name of wo mo chirade. And all those issues are part of the issues the special prosecutor are raising here. I mean, in totality, or say over 2.8 million Ghana cedis, what me are saving for the Republic. Nana earlier on, make a year a must conform once a match. Say one more door, one more yen say free and ra. Kwakosi a year 14th of June. One more year promotion at the amount. And as I said, yeah, one plot 70 by 100, and nanke yeah 30,000. So say one more so at the about 18,000. Yeah, half plot to no enkane nanka bet you 15,000. So say one more the about 9,000 Ghana cedis. enti anope pacho wo pay for private development. Yeah, obeya ni say when a Mascon estate for bidding common. More pay for commercial purposes sake, you know. Pacho ni nyina no money a Mascon for any what would this year sorry hospital, filling station, school, event center, warehouse, and a shopping mall. Nyina no offer one bedroom. Chopoli is the location. The Hon woman says nyina no 10 minutes drive away from Central University and a 5 minutes drive away from Seglemi Affordable House. And open call yes Pinterest Road Neso Community 18 Junction. Now when a Mascot estate for any and come 0553 840 and a 0553 838730. Now when a Mascot estate for any income and pay no more any allied filling station no edition that was Pinterest Road Neso. Mame kwa homane so na menye adwuma we emra na many the honorable Peter Nochu any enkomo the ranking member on Ghana's Education Committee in Parliament. Na many no any incomo. Honorable, if you can hear me, good morning. I'm so much grateful for your time.
Yeah, good morning. And how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Oh, by the grace of God, I'm fine.
Very well. We are grateful once again for, joining us this morning. Now, it comes to bear that the Office of the Special Prosecutor conducted an investigation in the northern part of our country. And then the revelations are so daring that over so many people, supposedly, who are supposed to be working for the government in the educational sector, seem not to be found. Upon the investigation of the OSP. Again, they go ahead to say that upon revelation, there are non-existing schools, yet people are posted there and they are receiving salaries from the Controller and Accountant General's department. Why is this happening within our educational sector?
Yeah, thank you very much. I am not surprised because 2 years ago, I raised an issue on this school feeding program.
Okay.
That school feeding was being held in non-existing schools. I mentioned some places in the Volta region. I thought government would take it seriously. Nothing happened. It was when I raised the issue that they stopped paying for those ghost names.
Okay.
When I made a follow-up. Now, something or somebody somewhere or a group of people are responsible for this. And the OSP fell short of mentioning names. They should have arrested those who are the beneficiaries of that salary by now. I don't know if they have done and they don't want to tell the public.
Yes, but to the best of my knowledge, they said they are unidentified persons. They can't find them.
Yes, they go to the bank to pick the money. Yes, they go to bank. Even if they give check, somebody will have to go and cash the check. They should have monitored all that movement. As for ghost workers, we will continue to fight them until we punish people severely. I remember the early days of the revolution. Some accountants in the district education offices were jailed because of ghost names. That's why we resorted to this bank payment. But it is still not helping. And what is surprising is that the schools are ghost schools in the name of this. That's why we have been saying that Accra should not be posting teachers directly.
Okay.
Send the names to the region. Then the region will distribute them to the districts. But once you are posting the teachers from Accra, the officers who are making the postings can create schools anywhere and do validation and all those things and be paying themselves. So if you follow this very well, you will discover that it is a cartel. A number of people are concerned at various levels, right from those who issue the appointment letters, those who do the input at controller, and then in the district.
So the impression I get is that people deliberately plan some of these things just to enrich themselves, individuals.
Exactly, yes.
I see.
Yes, they do it. those days, even national service some time ago, it was happening.
It used to be there. It used to be very, very,
very rampant at national, and currently even the Youth Employment Authority, it is still happening there. People are just, the names are there, people are collecting salaries. So, I don't know why the Minister of Education and then the Controller Accountant General, they do this validation and they don't follow up.
Yes, that is where my worry is, because if you look at the validation processes, I mean, you have what we call the manual validation. The schools will have to, submit by the head teachers themselves at the end of the month, workers or teachers who are working or who worked within that particular month within their respective institutions, then forward it to their district level, district forwards it to the region before it even gets to Accra. Now, again, we are told that vouchers are equally issued out for people to come in personally and then validate in that manner. Even before, there were biometric verification, procedures in which they initiated, thereby telling people that without you having a Ghana card, there was no way, the processes were going to capture you. So it was compulsory for every teacher within the educational sector, to make sure that he or she had a Ghana card. And then, made sure GAS has actually captured those particulars of their respective teachers. So upon doing all of this and upon going through all these processes, why do we still allow ourselves for individuals to get the opportunity in creating such messes, within the system for ourselves altogether?
Yes, it is because people have been breaking into the system. They are able to know what is happening in the system, and then they connive, and then they do what they want to do. So that's why I say it is not an individual who is doing that. It's a chain. So from one person to another, they are in a cartel. So that's what they do. But my problem is when the schools do the validation, what mechanism does the GES and controller have to make sure that the people who are validated are the real persons as post? You see, I was telling the GES the other day that you as a Director General in your office, you should have a mechanism where you click on a particular school and then you know the number of teachers over there. Then you have another one for validation. When the validation is done, but I don't have this school in this district. How come that this number of teachers in this school or in this district, if I have 520 teachers in a particular district, and then this month it is 530, what has happened? You see, so
are we saying the DG of the Ghana Education Service, do not have some of these records?
They have, but what they have should be more robust. You see, you are in the office, you click, then you know that school A, this is the number of teachers I have in this district. This is the total number for October. Then November, the number shoots up. What has happened? I have 17 schools. Why has the number increased to 18 or 19? Do you see? Then you query the regional director and the district director. Then quickly you'll be able to know what is happening. But where they still want to depend on this manual verification or biometric this thing, that is where the trouble will be.
Yes, but even with that, the impression I get is that the problem is not associated with the individual schools. Once the validation is done from that level, the problem arises at the national level. Because, I do not understand the fact where a head teacher, will deliberately input somebody who is not really teaching within his institution as a member of staff, thereby, asking government to pay those people. They do not have the authority in doing some of this.
At the school level, they will not be doing that. Do you see it? The teachers or the head teachers will validate all right. But I'm saying that it is at the headquarters.
Okay.
Do you say of either the GES, the Ministry of Education, or the Controller Accountant General? That is where the thing will happen. No village headmaster will do that. No. I believe they are very honest people. You see, so the thing comes from the top, not at the bottom level. So it must be checked over there. Those who do the posting and all those things, that's why I'm saying that don't post the teachers from Accra. You go and create a school for them. Then they put some names over there. Then they will arrange, they will do the input, everything for them. Then they will start drawing the salary. That is all what is happening.
Interesting. All right, kindly hold on for me, and then let me speak to Mr. Isaac Owusu. He's the national president for NAT. Mr. Owusu, Otumeka, good morning. Na important to say. Eradi adom me so me ho ye pa. Na NAT say ye ka say mo so mo members no I mean per the investigations special prosecutor aye no. Do you have some of your members affected ana?
Yo, siga we dey mamena was siga me ka say ana.
Yes, so the Mr. Speaker na ka say.
Baba pedasiti na men ka say NAT dey out of over 360,000 teachers no. Ye dey over 280,000. Eti bebia teacher ni asembesi dia no na NAT yi no hu film enye yi.
Okay.
Na mamen ka say ekwan special prosecutor offer so na adwuma no ye de nim say emra na de na tuwo but on mine no so no emra kon na hwe say obi fa mra bi ezisi linia omu say ye say afiasi musom ye di ka the month of January sika ye di bonya wie na isi January mu a eya na ho kire wo system ni mu pa
yes pressure wo pa
enti January musom no so ye no figure ya church phone bi enya message from their bank here pure moka atom ko duru bank so okorodo sika na bank na ka chede so menya letter bi free sika pata ko sika ho say wo ma min tua o cancer eti bra yenya ko pese na we de anaju mana sembe ni eti efrase busa the employer wo mu sia na mo ye the business director say anya bia teachers no boni ba no ma ya Bosomi asoma yeti OSC we nchoneka that and say omunya we ye ko region e ko busa region director say because asaba make enya no the region kwa o even across all the regions tickets almost suddenly would pay universities one mu nyina will be affected and na e busa region say almost nya we na nyamin chade na bra teacher unions we ye need Yegmeru enya katakata ye call labor commission no one of ye asmari ko sa anamona special prosecutor 2 ye no
okay
ye busa director general of education also onya we awo e ye busa sector minister data ya waditum also onya we and say and na some just o man yeti me obi timi fi abonten aba adme bi mu aba board me adme for na bra ni onya we ana It's the breakfast of the Catano. And the month of March, January, February, Uncle Fair Catay, Yantobuko. The month of March, one of us get a cato. A bit more what they are not posted, what really is carrying their mom. Offer. Now, Sabi, only Panya Bolivia. Now, all the Saturday, before the music, I think I saw. Let me put in the remember, as of fact, before you. Who apology there from the special prosecutor's end? After no Korea, what's in northern region? Ghostness better 2.something million. School go it doesn't exist. Say ye two and among now you receive the proper procedure. Ye the two and among who get a quality results. One, sir, Kumbuguya, special prosecutor say school in the way. Ye this school be a son of DA family. Our system limu. Siga school bia wa district bia no e wo din ansa na di e na say in school Catholic and amateur this
yes exactly
and what we can say school bia fa no di Kumbugu di in a Kumbugu district they might have over 100 schools and each of the 100 schools has a unique name And look at the they have every school. And school now, no, figure. School go mother corner, they are under 3. Yeah, not. Listen, last year, you called no peace. I could see a dying Emma, wale, because school, no, and Kwame motivate you.
What it means is a school no be existent, but structures no fiscal infrastructure no ana anyhow.
And I don't know.
I see.
And secondly, so I see school or money management unit. And schools to do what money management unit. Now money management unit no. Because this is education office. One more previous home. Send you there. This education office, no, and then the 2 more. And by this, no, I am controller. A Juma. And I was head of the schools in the fair. Mum information say, Kessben basic school start from the year 20, including the head. If the head, you know, Bosomesua, by the Nipa 20, no more. Now, MBI next 10, next week, every Kessben TV, Abba Kessben FM Kumasi. Now, and then I say, Kessben TV, and cost one validating speaker for the next 3 months as a missing staff.
Okay.
After 3 months, no, like I said, within 3 months, no, I was a Kessben FM Kumasi. I prefer change of management unit demand. Now we do also ever do Kessben Kumasi.
To indicate say we're free cry, Ako Kumasi.
Exactly. After 3 months, that's a still no. Management unit demand. I was a Kessben TV. A stop validation. Now Kessben FM Kumasi evaluate to unknown. You have come to Kessben FM, but we don't know you officially.
Okay.
As you say, and a controller, and your man, validation. How did you hear? Or for the man, you have found a second writer. And you have found so. Since our second, 20 schools, 1 second. If it's 20 schools, you know, the start will be 20, multiply by 20. That's the solution I say. And the second, you know, starting to say now, I'll take it. No, for that, come on, controller. We wouldn't hear, at a war in northern region, one we go offer a fantasy one or be to me go to. The boss go over there. Or say, you work, you say, or targeted controller how kind. Because in that poor infrastructure basic school, no, they don't pay salary there. They don't do recruitment there. It's immediate. Then can say, but approach a counter solution. It seems that you want to intimidate, you want to victimize people who are innocent. Because like I said, for the past 2 months, January, February, innocent people didn't get their salary. There wasn't any apology from the head office.
Very, very well. Mr. Also, Jinasuma Menami Misa, the ranking member on the Education Committee in Parliament. The Honorable Nochu is still on the line. Honorable Nochu, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so you've listened to the national president for NAT. I mean, per the explanation he's giving us, do we still have the impression that, I mean, there were some further investigations the OSP ought to have done before finally submitting his report on some missing teachers or unidentified persons?
Yes, that's what I was saying. The issue is that, for me, I believe strongly that the ghost names issue is not over. I've mentioned the school feeding program, I've mentioned the Youth Employment Agency, and now the Education Service. OSP must go further to investigate who are those behind these ghost names, how long has it been in the system, and pick them up and do further investigations.
Yes, but Mr. Usu,
that may be only one region. It may be happening in other regions.
But Mr. Yes. Also raises the concern that, I mean, there are some existing schools that do not have the fiscal infrastructure. And so some of those schools are schools under trees. Again,
every school has a unique name.
Exactly.
And a unique cost center. So every school has an identification number. So they are known by those numbers. So if those who are doing the ghost names generate a number for that community and say it is a school, yes, it will reflect in the district data. We have what you call IMS.
Okay.
You see, so integrated management system, it will appear over there. And then they will know. I am sure the OSP have done all those things and discovered that in that Kumbungu district, those schools are not there. As I'm saying, they should go further. It may not be only northern region. It will be all across the country. And if they go further, they will unearth a lot of things.
Now,
yeah, I believe so.
Now, what will be the role of your committee? I mean, when it comes to some of these things?
No, for education committee, we cannot go into this matter. It's a matter of investigation for the security or the OSP and then the GES itself. We as a committee, we cannot go into it. We don't have that mandate.
But somehow
yeah.
the
we
GES,
can only,
the
we
GES
can only
report back to the committee.
Yeah.
And as well, I mean, we are talking about some teachers who are equally affected. If you listen to the explanation of the NAT president, I mean, he's telling you clearly that in the past few months, some of the teachers have had their salaries frozen by the same special prosecutor. And so this is a committee that is supposed to seek for the welfare of everything happening within the educational sector.
Yeah, you see, at times it is when it is beyond the Ministry of Education.
Okay.
That we can come in. We don't do the administrative work. You see, when the ministry is unable to solve a problem with other agencies, then we can come in. For instance, if the teacher unions are negotiating allowances and conditions of service, and they are not able to come to a conclusion on agreement, we as a committee can come in. You see, but this administrative work, they do it themselves. We only listen and say, no, you need to fast track it and do ABCD. Yeah, but we don't come in as a committee. That is not our work.
Yes, but you have an oversight responsibility as well to ensure that the monies dispersed are going into the right places. And so, yes.
So if you listen to me, I said they should investigate the matter, arrest those who are involved, and then prosecute them. That is where we can speak as a committee. We don't have that power to go in and then interfere with the administrative work of either the Ministry of Education or any other agency.
Very well. Honorable, I'm grateful for your time this morning. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.
The Honorable Peter Nochi, a ranking member on Ghana's Education Committee in Parliament. Mr. Uzo Otemenka. Yes, and what's here the ranking member? I mean, about administrative work, with GES, any ministry now. One month to for more and but the investigation should go further. That is what he says.
Because many ranking member, every other one so many nyajing. Share, yeah, Ghana, the dear to me say a parliament.
Exactly.
It is a because so. Na etia e pagana ni ho a utumi kan tire be say one no de you only play a oversight responsibility do the kasa na be kasa e do kasa wi anu anu no ya di what ho ta ko dina Ghana for nemu ba sebedwum ana ko be sebedwum no ye wo committee be bra sa committee no omo so mo keke wo mo ho se de be ya se obi tietia ankonko bi sa hudie so a oba call the to order eti se kumbugu figure I didn't say kumbugu it is this that of education ho
e bi ho
eti se OSP identify school be say the school doesn't exist. What should be the first point of call?
The district level.
The district education office.
Because second supervisor and reporting by the district director, right?
Exactly. That is this night of Kumbugu. And I say, that is no, I would drink at that. It's because of fear of victimization. Like I said, that's all I say. You see, was he or she even aware that there was ongoing investigation in this district? That's it, media, yeah, I can say. Yeah, I can say, at the for we are innocent. And I say, a saint. If you are the but we shouldn't paint a picture say nipa na wa sie ho no on the son mini a on to make attention you go son mini na you ono ezi boni no ye jano no nam ho you see somebody say controller any OSC a collaborate here who controller by this no you are supposed to give them refresher course.
Okay.
One kasa only controller there is no single head teacher controller about the device for validation. Say a laptop and I say a mobile phone. Controller Emma has the biara and validate biara data the biara da. Eti one the mudem one musika omo to get it. Obe workshop more. Controller expect the teachers to pay for the workshop.
I see.
I say the more that is a very and recruitment. Oh, Ghana. That is a very and a peer salary. We only give you the approval of the people that work under us. And what should I say? So we could transfer yeah. If there are ghost names, if the people do not exist, any kumbugu, I won't cry.
It's a problem. So no one cry. Hey, yeah,
oh, minia
headquarters. Hey, yeah.
Oh, no, what the headquarters war, what the controller hall, number for play, I will tamale, and I'm Kungu gratis. Kungu, some of them. It's a summoner bar. Mumma, you can't send it here. Now, we are ranking member, like us, so, yeah, there's my care. Then what makes you a representative of the people?
I said that is the management, the daily administrative work of GES, any ministry, and I mean, until send 7 bro almost as a committee, what won't mean taking it up?
It is speaker. Kessben is not woman.
Yes.
Na Busume may Ubeson. Na ya broken winner salary. Without any reason. I pay next month, June. I so speaker, when you can ye, but in California for more. Some months now, speaker, I say, nobody has wronged you.
There is some level of wrongdoing.
It's ranking member telling me, say, for this one, they can't speak about it. Tell the OFP, say, please, they are supposed to don't use your law to intimidate or victimize others. Because that innocent teacher now, or no, usually the month of January, no. I want the man of the month of March, no. In between January and March, we are
very well. Very well. Mr. Also, my men now I say now, and some never boba, and you know, you better cause one anywhere the home come of beam. Why? Thank you so much. Mr. Aziko also a national president at the National Association of Teachers, not speaking to us. On that note, thank you so much for your time. 27 after 8. I Kessben. Me de Kwame Appiah Kubi, Mr. Speaker. I'm highly grateful. Mpacho numbers here 055059699 055056799. Na what the messages no aba. Yabeja can kind in na dia ma. Yeah live. Our Facebook and afi on TV show utie and I will share your live and pay your dasi. If you inform about mo share nyina and pay your chachi amunyina. God bless you. More muti radio no so on 92.9. I'm grateful.
92.9. Asidan Kwan.
Na ewiase dia se wo ye bibia na wadamfo papa oni ma nka achida. Wo yo bibia na wo oboafo a wota wachi a oni ma pa se be ka achire dia. Wacho da bi ensi. Enti enka achi wo ha. Yare ni nyina no emfa nkoda. Ma me mo achi na me ma wo mo akwa aba. Wo fa wachi.
Yeah, yeah.
That is saying.
Ojeda Padaroma.
Na encourage you what? A better na yare e de beto for.
David.
Encourage you what?
Yare bia wo bia.
Was you no pa de? What me mimpi? No dia to them. Possible. So.
Yare bia tete wo bia encourage you say ye ntumi yi mfiri. Ye be ye free.
One time. Be problem say one numbia.
Yes.
I don't have a problem mama.
Sanity.
Bia boko there.
Ojeda Padaroma. Obi ho ye.
Very well. Mami ti wa no pe ye ni nkomo.
Me da say me fa kwenye so atiadofo a omo ehwe yen ene omo a omo te yen ka o radio no so ne anope enka echi heba center eye dwumaku a ye de eduro abadwaman so na eduru a yɛde aba ɛyɛ bibiduru a ɛboa yɛ nyinaa ɛwɔ ɔman yi mu ne enti a ɛboa yɛ ne sɛ yɛahyehyɛ nduro bebree nso mprempren a me ne wo ɛkase yɛduro miɛnsa ɛna wodwa manso a obi biara a wɔpɛ bi ɛbɛtumi ɛnyɛ bi atɔ eti mesraw eduro miɛnsa no enie na me hyase no me de enkachi MP mixture ɛna hyase eduro aninie woyɛ ɔbaa na nsebuo ɛyɛ wo haw ne enti abɛyɛ wo haw ne sɛ ebia na wɔtwe ɛbɛso na wo nsebuo no aba anase ne onyankopɔn hyehyɛeɛ no bosome so a ɛsɛ wotumi ebu wo nsa kama nanso wo de no ansa na ɛbɛba no ebia wota ɛte yaw ɛyawo a wote no ɛnyɛ yawo kekewo ɛyɛ yawo a ano yɛ hyepa a ɛyɛ wo ya ama sɛbio nya ɔtwa wo dansoro no kra ɛte wonka sɛ ɛyɛ wota esu sɛbi wontumi ma wuku no ɛnna efiri sɛ sɛne ɛyawo no ɛse wo so no ɛnya de abɛma betumi ayɛ dɛ ada yɛbɛsrew bibiduro a ɛbɛboa wo bibiduro ɛbɛyi saa haw no efiri wo so ɛyɛ enkachi MP mixture eduro ni nie bomode baby biara wo mantemu bia wo ko pharmacy ana herbal shop chemical shop na ko bisa enkachi MP mixture kwato eduro bi emayem na enonom ɛbɛyi saa haw no efiri ho me to aso no wo ye oba candidiasis ɛhaw wo ye oba syphilis ɛhaw misro edronini enkachi MP mixture ena ye duro a ɛsɛ wokoto nienti a ɛsɛ wokoto ne sɛ saa ɛhaw yi sebi wo ye oba na ɛba wo so a ɛtɔ de bi a wo ho sɛ insofita bi ɛtafi wase ɛba na obi wa wase doctor media na ayete sɛ akatoa ne ayeta aka no white no misro eduro we ena kope bi mame na saa akatoa no ebewie no anase eba no obehu se ahemfie ho ebekekaw wanhwe na wugina nipa mu a wanhwe ya obegu hu ani mu ase eti mesre oba biara saa hawo ne bi ewo ne so won kope eduro bi ento ebia na wo de no eye syphilis enti ebema wase akekaw eto de bi obehu se asensansa wa bi abegu ahemfie ho misro eye syphilis ene eba eto de bia wo behu se ekurokra beto ahemfie ho sebe woni dadi ehia wo mpamu a wo behu se eya wo nko na wo bete ade nso onyankopon hihye ye no woni be ma hia e wo mpaso agrudi a ese eden ko na wote a wo bejeje ho amadadi ani etumi agiye na so wo de no age ani buebue na wo de wo tietie mu misra se eye enkachi MP mixture na eye duro a ese wo koto wo ye oba na wo paawo a mesra o kwa kwato eduro bi a to beye enan onumu ana wato aso onumu ana wato nsebuo no amma mesra kone ko cheke wafa no tiemiye wo ye oba na wo pesa wo eduro we ena esa wo koto enkachi MP mixture ena esa wo koto to beye enan onum first one second one eda esa wo nsebuo eba na sa na wotwe no wo mu wo nsa misro kone ko cheke ebia na waye den wafa se dro yanso esabua koko wa koko ehaw ebia wo wudie no afifi wuyem ye wo internal ena ye wo external hemorrhage enti ebia na wo wudie no eye inside enfifi wo misro koto edro bi eye enkachi MP mixture me to aso no enkachi mixture no ye de ne capsule so aba a eboa ye candidiasis syphilis ni nyina enamu nsayare eyi efiri ho edoi ayema mema pa ne enti a ayema mema ne se mema ne bi akoje nso a eto de bi obehu se nsofita bi efi obema mu ba eto de bi nso a obehu se obema mu ehyehew oji nso no na obema mu ye den ehyehew eto de bi wo ho na obema mu ebo pe na ejai awo ho kakra na asabo pe na ejai misro eye enkachi MP mixture wo kwato ato ene mixture no ebom capsules no ene mixture no na to boom fa mixture no enum capsules no anopa ene enwumri na wo benom amaye wo ye bema na wo koje nso na se bi wo bechemu ansa na jinso no aba jinso na eba no kra no eba ko jinso no emeye o jinso kakra na etwa asi wo ha bia be 10 minutes na genso esa de obi bia na eye prostrate how ena eba wo so mesrew bia na wo nya prostrate enlargement and as a prostrate cancer kra ena eba wo so a to American tentem na copy dro bi eto ko herbal shop and a chemical shop bia ebe wo ko se ope enkachi MP capsules copy dro bi eto maye be ma mesrew ye na ye ma enije ebefie nienti a ye ma enije ebefie ni se ye be yi chop money ato ho ade sanso a ese ye yi adwuma a ebe ma efie ayede ese mama etumi ti de ese ne ma koye ema mama sori ahomache na obepra ese mama etumi to him anase wonto ayeye nwom enti be ma wo na obema sa esire ana enije abefie mesro mentina ho ema prostrate how ema wo bema enten kofom debia manije ema efie eto debia wo ya bema ukompom a sese a na wo ho adwojo ebia na ye prostrate how ena ye den eba wo so mesro yi how ye efri wa brabum na mama ni enji ewofi eno na bema nkola nso agi school fees a wonso wani ebeje efise mama eneje no na nkola no so eni eje eno no betumi ajo mo chop money any school fees akotia edra to so miensa a efri enkachi heba eye enkachi malakio yi eye edura obia sese sofofo ni nyina eje malakio ni bi nienti omoje ne se obone mpaya na oye ne nyankomade ewie na owura huhum ehu se wono no wayi ni die na efri wo wie a sofo tumi hu se ni aka eye enkachifo adwuma enti sofo ede enkachi malakio ebe ma wo se je na konom efri se wo ye obi a wontumi enne yie woda enya dia woda 9-11 weniti a wontumi enne bio woni gutu samade ache enya sa dwendwen bi so ena wodwen o nemom enna no ena emma mesraw ebia na obipi ena ewosoro obipi wosoro dia malakio ebe relaxew ama wotumi adaye wo ye obi a wanomo ato wontumi endidi wodidi a emfa ebia wodi anopa enwumre dua de kranya de obetumi edibio ose mintumi endidi mesraw enkachi malakio ebebo eyeduru a ebebo na yi sa haw no efri ho amaw se droi esa ya malaria eduru mene wunyina yenim se 3D eba wo so a enya ade a wo ho ebeto na yare nso ena betumi ama wani enje se yare bema wani enje dia enkachi malakio ebebo na fe edi enije aba wa brabom kope duro bi etomame ebia na malaria ayeden abawo so malaria ama enya ade a wutumi ekọ wadwuma so eba woni nyina aye yellow wa wutumu se fever how ukọ jinso a wojinso no nyina aye yellow na wojinso no kra change ti se coke mesro how bi awo so enkachi malakio na kope ko herbal shop chemical shop bia eben wo kwa akasa wo pe enkachifo eduro no malakio eduro no na mapeja ekura mi hwese ne yete wo kwa na enye enu aka ehun se enye malakio na yede ama wo no wo ye obi a typhoid fever how ebia wakodi aduane bia asai ebia wakono mu nsuo bia efi ewo mu a sebio ejanan kra yede ebe sa aduane ne so anase awura sa nsuo nim enam se ebia bebia wote no wo mantem a wote no efi ewo ho once an ebetumi ama typhoid fever abawo so mesro edroi ena kopema me typhoid fever betumi akon tem kra ceremonial typhoid mo wa no ebawo so a omwura woni peduane mu omwura wuyem na fe omo apentini ni mu ayeden awurawura mu omwura ntini ni mu no na yare nkwa na omogya ede amaw edura obetumi ede atu yare yase eye malakio enkachi malakio mesro mprempre a wote menkai ji number no frɛ wo frɛ ya ombefa na omne wo akasa mantem a wo baby aduro ne bi ebe wo no ye beka akyerɛ number no eye 053 144 40 0531 59 aha 44 ana number ni biemu so SI 0244 83
83
83
83
94
94
0244
0244
83
83
83
83
94
94.
Aya number wo betumi afre. Mesra emprempra wotemi enkai enkachi heba. Ye the clinic aba pokwase afiaman. Ye the clinic aba pokwase afiaman. Enti nia how bia wo dia no etra edromiense ya maboboso. Ese wo ba clinic o na yetumi eboa na yi haw no efri wa brabom. Bra na yentumi angel. Bra na ye wo yare no emfri ho. Enka chi heba yare biara etete wo yare biara how enka chi ye se yen yentumi yi sa yare no emfri wa brabom. Na je number ni biom na frɛ 0531
0531
59
59
44
44
40
40
0531
0531
59
59
44
44
40
40. Thank you.
Better adofo as
Let's go. Let's do this one. Come on.
0.9 Asidan Kwan.
We have reported me Kwame Appiah. Good morning.
Mr. Speaker, I'm going to move the motion to the
I remember Mpombo Kwadia.
Oh, the best election is the whole year.
I remember no pay. You've been able to cut the eye of the speaker until your motion has been sustained. I feel you know be here.
Honorable Speaker, I'm grateful.
We have reported me Kwame Appiah. Good morning.
Mr. Speaker, I'm going to move the motion to the Johnson.
I remember Mpombo Kwadia.
Oh, the best election is the whole year.
I remember no pay. You've been able to cut the eye of the speaker until your motion has been sustained. I feel you know be here.
Honorable Speaker.
That's right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. How Maakye? La 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 la.
Kessben 92.9 Asidan Kwan.
Yetio, Ghana 40. We have reported me Kwame Appiah. Good morning.
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
Ready for
The super.
you've cut the eye of the speaker.
You know what? But the Mokana for years, then I'm watching that.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, back 6 years.
Thank you so much. Second, your time is about 41 after 8. This is 92.9. We are live across the country on television. And thank you for my joining live on DSTV. This is channel 364 on GoTV, channel 121. We are live around the world on our YouTube channel. Watch on Kessben TV, streaming live on pay as well on Facebook. Handles near me, Kessben TV and our face. Kessben FM 92.9. We're streaming live. I don't pay my money. I feel I join here. Numbers near 055-0550-596-929. With the messages in the bar, you bet you not you can kind at the amount. But there is something happening in this country now. A lot of concerns are coming in. Now, Andra, we began talking about this morning. We promised you, sir, you be the home and come. It has to do with about 6 different hotels. Okay. Presumably, Snit and a majority shareholder. Now, we are told, sir, Snit has agreed, sir, one more interest, in those hotels, at the a private businessman who doubles as well as Minister of State for this government. He's in charge of Agric. In fact, we're known the current Agric minister. His name is Brian Achiampong. Now, the company today, Rock City Group. Okay, they are the owners of Rock City Hotel. A year, right? We do a better film. We are told again, and only the biggest hotel in the entire West African sub-region. Quite an interesting one. Over 250 close or more rooms in that particular hotel. Now, Rock City Group, okay, has been able to say woman is senator din komama woman kwa senate shares woman wo ewo hotels ahodo. We have the Labadi Beach Resort, we have the Elmina Beach Resort, we have the Buzua Beach, okay, resort, and no senate and a majority shareholder, plus a lot more of a hotels ebi ewo Cape Coast, ebi ewo Takrade, the Western region precisely, ebi so ewo Kumasi and the enclave. No, now the twist to this whole conversation is that the organized labor led by the executive secretary, Dr. Yaba, is up in arms. What must say? No. I mean, something like this, cannot happen. Okay, it is a total state capture. Say a minister, Awotia Konyaso as minister. Ebekose or ko because you won't see kenti a buying a japadieno or kwakofa. And you men America. Dr. Yalban said, I mean, any idea who here. It should not even happen in the first place. Now, they have served notice to the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, telling him clearly, say, the President must intervene and ensure, say, hotels, as Senate, a majority shareholder, those hotels are not sold to Brian Acheampong. Now, let me give you a snapshot of the reason here. Senate for a investment, okay? And under the Senate law or act, it is expected. There were 3 tiers. Obi a we adwuma bia say ya ban adwuma say ya private work. Tier 1 a compulsory by law. Okay? Say bosome so a ye beti usika kakra. Na wadwuma wura no e de kakra e de aka ho. De wate de afri wakatu mu no. Na wade atua as part of your Senate contribution. Now, those contributions are made for the purposes of future sake. And said things will never be the same. I mean, you will grow old, call retirement, who are buying more. I mean, public sector, 60 years, you are gone on retirement. At that level, no unnecessary pensions, sikanon kakran na yet to hold the amount, okay? And no necessary show. Who do that level because why a week actively untimi enye adwuma to say the wo ye necessary that is tier 1. Ye what tier 2 and no ye voluntary, okay? Say ye adwuma mi ankasa metimi aka say meje 1,000 a month 1,000 a month no bosume so a metimu 300 cedis as me voluntary contribution me dwuma ana me employer watua bi ama me wateme nso me de kakra e de aka ho no watua as tier 1. But essence me pesa me pension sika no do so nti masan so akwa enroll myself onto the tier 2. Okay? Voluntary contribution pension scheme. And also on my own accord I will decide how much I me pesa me tua out of that. Na and also me de aka ho na aboa. In fact, even the 3rd tier. Okay? Ukonyuma mu a I mean, employee labor associations you can form a scheme. Mwankasa mo jiji na mo di aboa mo. Ni nyina no is allowed by the act. Now, say Senate for ejiji sa sika na. Okay? It is expected say they will use those monies wisely. Wamo di adwin ni nyansa beto ho. Na wamo ye investment ebetimi aboa a sustain their coffers. Because every day, every year, every month, every week, and Crawford call retirement, and Crawford be making demands. Okay? And we see kana what they to one. Senate if want to be fun to was say yeah, this kana to for 30 years, 50 years. I into active service, Na what time no so ya hwe wo lump sum no, wo contributions na wa ye no dodo a wanya sikana kese no. Ni atame no nko ade amount. I mean, there has to be some level of interest. I beba beka osika no na aboa said ye be ya e be sustain you going into the future. So Senate will tell you say upon application for your pensions, wamutua lump sum ni wi based on how many years you contributed. Every month so they have a particular amount of money. Wamutua edemount. And no in the form of say we find say salary say I mean, you take it. Na aboa na save you situation. Because you do so paying fear so now we tonro enro ne bo kra so nye easy. So these are part of the reason why Senate eji wo sika na won fa sika na into hokwa. But what the be investment na emfaso aba wo sika de so that at the time I will hear wo sika no as I saw mutua wa won benye sika de atua. Simple as that. In simple terms. And the Senate higher investment in so many sectors of our economy. Edu baby kra no a wo mutimi diskani bi kra bo aban bosia. And we are in this country. Obeti se teacher for TM wo tier 2 pension scheme aban abebo bosia won tua. Recently teacher for one teacher one laptop policy aban de ba ye say water laptop computers ache e de ama teachers no. I mean, one more contributions ni bi wa aban ekokobo bosia free mu and wa share teacher unions this obetu scan. It is normal. Because aban ebo bosia wo mu a wo ba betu scan back a otua with interest. And this scan da ho ankasa interest no eba. Which in business sense, I mean, is normal. And the senator who ana wire calculations no ana wa hu say oba into the tourism sector. Investing in hotels, ade boa manfaso ba. Labadi, de bia be ko bia na ehwayema. Ba bia be ko bia restaurant nkrofo to hold didi, nkrofo ete ho for recreational purposes. Okay? I've told you back in the days I used to say water crowd ni ade. Uko Buzua Beach. Every 1st January be a hot de brutal. Those times Ba ebe bonyom ni ade ehwe kama ehwe nice. I mean the environment is so serene. There is no time I bet be akase Buzua Beach in the seaway and then the nipa ameda Buzua Beach. Companies free in cry ha ekọ ho that enclave ekọ ye conferences workshops ekọ rent your space in the yenema. So on daily basis, on regular basis, Senate is supposed to get dividend on investment away. According to the amount of shares are or were in those companies. But how did it happen? Say all of a sudden, no, that's already, yeah. Senate said there be the interest are about 6 different hotels, or turn them private purpose. Why? What is really happening? What is there? Senate, out of the blue, would decide, say, what better side. I'm asking reasonable questions. Now let me ask Bosompim, the Director General for Senate. Ebani saying Dr. Tim Crane, the former Director General, from 2017, and now Danko Ekufuado Abai Weso. Dr. Tim Crane has been the Director General from 2017 up until 2023. Bosompim, Osafuma Fubano, okay? You were the Deputy Director General. Ebani saying all of a sudden, yeah, that's what we are no part. You say, yeah. President Akufo-Addo actual letter say, were you Dr. Tim Crane? For what reason? Ebani said, Ebani said, didn't see it. What happened? What happened? I didn't see it. Entia, that's sorry, not Dr. Tim Crane. Now everybody's got nedi see uncle nephew or yeah there boni ben or yeah ebano advocacy educating the public to understand the pension schemes we have in this country. Dr. Tinkra was doing it in this particular studio. Many an interview cry not less than 3 times. You don't even engage with the public. Then you became the substantive Director General. Your first major initiative, I'll bet you the Senate. And it's about told the interest and what Senate hotels more Senate and Ikra. Why? Why is that happening? You see, Abai when Maakye was there, what's in the one say now some ho na yesoriano pani yanka abai we asema wompe. Okwa ka yesi obo abai. But the truth must be told. Bosompim Osafo Maafo was brought as Director General on a purpose. Because they were pushing Dr. Tim Crane to sell the shares. Dr. Tim Crane said one ton. So they had to sack him and allow Osafo Maafo to come and take over. Obaye 4 months in crowd mine. Oh, ton shares. It's not up to 4 months since you became the Director General. Enui. So what happened? Why mun search one more set agenda, any scheme untia. Okay? They are manipulating it. State capture Or manager pa de yemfa ye bibi ni yemfa. Ya kano krena. You think say obi boy Akufo-Addo echi president ni yempa na sem ni ebo nechi. But I mean, how do you reason out of these things? Monfa minute of meetings are 1 more year from 2020. Monfa Antoso. Richard Fatoso. Yes. We will read it to you. From 2022, we are in 2024. Almost 2 years now. Now, there's been consistent meetings at 1 more year. The minute of the meetings in the Atoso. Okay? 1 more year meetings, Now, Ghana Institute of Surveyors. Eco surveyor, eco valuatier. Okay? One value all the hotels now. Senator for us one more interest, One more evaluation new year, Okay? It amounted to 8.5 million Ghana cedis or so. Okay? One more year, Rock City Group, a proposal said 5.1 million Ghana cedis. If they are to buy the interest in all the 6 hotels. The minute of those meetings. Now let me put it on record, say, some meetings here, a course no, a bosompi wasafo mafo, and a representative Senate in those meetings. Negotiations are not a course from 2022, basi nenginano, na a bosompi wasafo mafo, and a near dear ma warriors and negotiations. One more kosi say Dr. Tim Cranfan in San Shasie. Na yentoa Dr. Tim Cranfan say one yet. It's 1 year dear. You have become a blockade to the success of the transaction. Ye person ye. Sadia yen clear unfree. Ye clear unfree as Director General. Okay? Obi a 1 year juma 1 year boni bia ni unity. People who are even in sectors are one more messy up as ministers, as chief executives. They are still there. And they are taking their monthly salaries. Those who do not even have respect for the good people of this country, they are still at post. Me, your questions na me beside pay. But you won't camera into me, so I'm serious this morning. I'm asking legitimate questions. Ebani saying that per this minute, I'll take my time and read through some of them for you. From 2022, almost 2 years, and I take you to execute this agenda. Now, sadie we buy no nana me fanye program that because the way NDC4 project is a Japadier document, I felt say a propaganda. But I have sat down to read that document. I did be a what document ne be a one more executing. Okay? And it serves you right. Say a dear way. So we be catch me say and Crawford said that na say units our document now. It is true. Go to page 6 of the Japadia document. I want to show you something. Region project yes, this is page 6. I read it to you shortly. Zoom me out. One more TV no fear. They should listen to some of this things. You see, the truth is that Nana, so it was orchestrated. It was a well-calculated plan. Say Edu Babia, okay, to achieve a niyama one more in this Japadia document. They have to ensure that Bosompim Osafo Mafo will become the Director General for Senate. Okay? At a certain point in time within Nanado's administration. Say, no Baba Director General for Senator. And they bet me abuwa mo TV wa. And this is a well-orchestrated agenda and plan. I don't get it. I just don't get it. In this country, okay? If you really sit back and understand the issues, now we'll read some of the things you see on daily basis. You ask yourself, say, where is the future of this country? Are we really moving forward? And I now, Maminkai, page 6, document of a Japadian, that's what Maminkai. Now, point I, okay? It talks about EcoBank. Now listen to it. Or say we have 2 routes of entry into this institution, okay? First is through Senate. First is through Senate, which has a seat on the board of EcoBank, okay? By virtue of its shareholding in EcoBank. So what it tells you is that EcoBank as an institution, Senate, our shares ewo EcoBank mu, okay? And as part of the reason say one more shares were EcoBank mu no, Senate Director General no, or your board member ewo EcoBank. Simplicity, go. Which has a seat, okay, on the EcoBank board, Ghana, by virtue of its shareholding. The seat is occupied by the Director General of Senate. In phase 2 of the agenda, Kofi Bosompim Osafo Mafo, who is a Deputy Director General of Senate, should be made the Director General to give him the seat on the EcoBank board. And the first reason here, Wamode Osafo Mafo Banababe Director General, no? Now, Wamode ne Babet as Director General, so that company biya Senate what shares womu biya no wono be take charge I take control ho one of such institutions EcoBank and it say our Director General what EcoBank for board so plan orchestrated one more executing it perfectly. Now it goes further to state, secondly, the wife of Ace Nkuma Enokra will be made the group head of EcoBank, okay? And then subsequently, he becomes the managing director, blah, 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 for EcoBank, blah, blah, blah. Now, the question is that, one more year, say, all because of one person. Okay? Before primaries, NPP before primaries, Nana, we were told, say, Ora Brother Champo, and supported Alan Chematin. Okay? I'm asking a legitimate question. Now, somewhere close to the primaries, almost at the edge of the primaries, Ada Yeti said, Ora Brian, we're trying to support the Ama Dr. Bawumia. Okay? The first question I ask, about the saying Anna Brian, a free, Alan Kojo Chematienchi. Mind you, as at then, Brian Acheampong was not a minister. Okay? And the promise, what about to ask you? The promise was that Beji a Greek ministry. Now declare was support by Dr. Bawumia. Second, Alan Chematina will sponsor no. Manababeye the flag bearer of the NPP no jai and for Sika body be. Okay? So who jai Alan now will sponsor no noa. You be making sure say who crowd a private businessman. The interest hotels are who do more ya buying hotels. You bet me a ton amount. Ye ton mawa it on a purpose. Now our purpose the reason here. One more person one more ton interest in the my brand Acheampong. I won't tell you today. Ochina. Ye ba na met to us.
Kessben 92.9 Asidan Kwan.
Eti Anchebia. Anna Brian Eka said one supported Alan Beam. Nijina aka ho. Anna Alan the resign free party him. Okay? And we free party him. But any man no mo say go akwa mu no mo say ne dada. Okay? One mo say ne dada. Na saa de we kwa kodru baby a it's even about the presidency.
Kessben 92.9 Asidan Kwan.
My entie Dr. Ba Emra.
And we welcome the guests to the occasion of this service. This
Kessben 92.9 Asidan
the
Kwan.
top leadership of organized labor. My brother and friend and myself have met with the workers, representatives, and the board of trustees of SMART. The purpose was to receive some briefing on the proposed sale of 60% of CSC interest in some hotels. The workers' representatives inform us that they have collectively raised objections to the process and have advised that the process We find it extremely difficult to understand why slaves' interests in 6 hotels will be packaged and sold as if all the hotels are in the same financial position. Second, we find it difficult to understand why the original proposal of the sale of slaves' interests in 6 hotels has now reduced to 4. We hold the view that this renders the whole process null and void. 3.
Kessben 92.9.
The proposed payment terms, we have observed that the proposed payment terms have varied from the original MOU based on the recommendations of the transaction interest. We also find it difficult to understand why slaves' interests in these hotels should be sold to a company owned by the Minister of State. We do not think this is right. Organized labor, therefore, demands that the process of the sale of slaves' interests in the hotels be cancelled immediately. We are calling on the minister responsible for pensions to direct the board of trustees of state to cancel the process immediately. Otherwise, we organized labor will advise ourselves.
And that is Dr. Yaba, the executive secretary, Edinburgh Organized Labor, speaking. Now, the concern is very simple. President Akufo-Addo must step in. Indeed, this must not happen at all. Say, properties are state a majority shareholder. Senate your money there. Any individual be company or there be. And the Senate, Japade, Senate, shares, baby. It is for the country called Ghana. And the president of the republic is supposed and required by law to hold it in trust for the people of Ghana. Simplicity. Dr. Yamase Mudiamuye Mema, you should go ahead and sell the interest to a private person. Now, Wamube organizing Ghanaian workers to move onto the street. This country will become ungovernable for this government. You see, what was society and now interestingly, 2 weeks to a just by election and having meetings because meetings in Korea and as executions in our chassis. Yes. Ochena, me bana me kasa ansem ni nyina. The conclusiveness of why this is happening this time. Me nka biem. Me time no enche beso. Nana ma che to say.
Yeah, kwa jusu.
Ibi aboko.
Biami adumara kwa bibi aboko.
Okay. Bedase. Arope what na si ache. 6 after 9. Ahaya Kessben 92.9. Narafre Ponziga ewa. But Odi asempa Kwame Appiah Kubi from Emascon Estate Ghana Limited. Odi, good morning. As you saying?
Good morning, yo.
You are fine.
Yami adum konanswe.
Eradiadum. They say monsa say no most money about 18,000.
Your promotion ye.
Amu ye promotion.
Yes, a promotion. On say.
Okay.
What penny or dead man on Mr. Hope. Odi ni birthday.
Odi ni birthday.
Yes, and until from 20th of May. A free enra.
Oh, okay.
Aye, ekwa kosi bosnia ebeneda etoso edu9 20th May to 14th June.
I see.
Nti ye de so de promotion. Ne ye de amanfo se ye pani no aye hye ne nyam wo nimfia wodi ana sempo na fidi da wodi no. Ye pese ye cha amanfo nsase.
Okay, but birthday na ka say da ben.
Anam ka say ye pese ye be ma particular date.
From
20th May Enra.
14th.
Yes.
Mudini sa.
Ye din 1 month. 1 month.
Okay.
It 1 month na ye die no. Ye pese obi anso nya so mfa so.
Party do do so aya mo.
Oh, ye be frɛ mo. Oh, why not Kwame? Ye be frɛ wo. Ye mfrɛ wo say. Oh. Kwame ye be frɛ mo nyina. Yes, ye be frɛ mo nyina. Onim so asan so ye elder.
Oh, okay.
Yes, osan ye elder. Nti no, ye pese bosome ba ko no. Ye de hye ne munyam ye nyina ye ka bom ne ye di. Enti obi biara ya wo tie me na so hwe me na no pay. Wo momode anse sa birthday so nko a ye pen ye nyina ka ma ye di no. Wonya so mfaso bi. Eni mfaso a also bia nya wo so ne se ye nsase no a e wo twopoli. Ya one plot eye 30,000 Ghana cedis no. Mr. Speaker, ya teso Edi aba 18,000 Ghana cedis. 18,000 Ghana cedis. Ye person obi etimi to asase ni bi. Efisi ya do ye pe wasem. Ani ye dwene ho se Ghana ni. Ye dwene ho se obi apese osidan. Ye tie ni se unse ensase ye to no kroma ne bo den pa. Wudimi ya danse no obi anso di ho danse. Ana ensase ne so kra ye to ne bo din nyina echi no. Ye onkofo bo no mo nsase uto wi a na langada begina so. Na langard anywhere. Say na langard abon say wahini bitimi sore ba. Ena asase na woto ma wobi no. Say ni. Nanso nshanka nyame say Imascon Estate Ghana Limited die yensase ya ton dia ma manfo wo bie ni wa wasori aba. Abe complain na ma ya say asase no. We na aba ho langard bia bebo no. Ana wahini bia ba ho da bi. Efismedi ka cho say ye pani a woda ya no. Wa ya sorry elder a enti ni bibia wo ye bia na eho da kwan ni bibia wo ye bia na wo dwene na medwene ansa na waye enu ntini yensasa ye to mamanfo no langard ni bia ntimi maso wa hini bia nso ni ye ni asam evisen komo bia wo se ye di wasase ne so de wo se ye wo ho bia ni nyina no ya ye wie dada de aka ne se won so obenya gidie ene awrehyamu na ba beto ya asase ne bi wo beto bia wo nya wo bia wo so de biara da abusia ye promotion ye tieniye me say enka ni asas na 30,000 Ghana cedi to discount 300 million so enam promotion ye ntino ya teso ya de ema wo 18,000 Ghana cedis so wo per half plot no so no ye betwa e de amount fi sa me say ye de ho siwo say Imascon ye som Ghana for some pa e won sasesam any adansie emu enti sa wo per half plot eno no 9,000 Ghana cedis Titiscano 90 million. And Tiata swaba from Sedium. The American will be Biara Wotie me, and will be a washer me say, 1 man in 9 on the top. No one fan who may say promotion, no one to mean toss us in be. And yes, our promotion no corner we are. Wawanitia, Yabeton Yamaboom, Yanso Yabetum. I was American Ebia Watercamu. And now we teach my dear be. And in top us our G and Nomesono. Now what to was it, no frame. Ya no mess I did Juma, our Imascon, Yasia Yano, a yammy and son. Number edikano aya 0553
0553
840 646 0553
840
646 the atosmene aya 0553
0553
838 730 0553 838 730 speak at the chat on aya 0209
155
437 0209 155 437 na Mr. Speaker tieniye yensase no baby a edida no eni dansium yensase no eya asase prada ya me pesa wo obana wade ani ekohwe yensase no baby a ewo no enya atechem no aka se nsuo to a nsuo beyira faw enu nti ebia wo di yaw ana wo twene sa anima no ho ena fa yensase no so no engu be paso no aka se emframa fa eno nso mframa be powder so da bi ya dwena manfo nti baby yensase no ewo ye eya flat land ani yasase no eda so won yasanso adwi so ani aye demarcation ewo so yayi akwanyina to ntam kama ebu mpa eye gated community chesa ya to wall e dia found dada ensio ene nkane anso a wotena so ade bedi dwuma ni nyina no ebi honom nso dada enti dia ka ne se won so obaba ya so ye ya eno no ewo Sprinters Road Community 18 Junction wa Community 18 Junction Sprinters Road yani Allied Filling Station ana edin hwanimo yasan eben KFC enti dia tiene say Monday to Friday bomadia bra ya so ye na wo ba for valid ID card agitumo Ghana no say fabra what the baba ye booking and registration the entire casa be registration any booking any say said ye be ye bituma woni padodo a every Saturday bia ye kwa asase so no ye bituma some person padodo say and ye do mo e kwa asase so enti abusia tiene ye bomadia for valid ID card bra nebra bay booking and registration yen sas ne ewo Tripoli na Tripoli American ewo Greater Accra region he yadam do wenya kwan no eso baby a Central University ewo no ye ben ne pa Samson pon ye sa ben sagleme affordable housing baby a yesterday gwade bia kan wasam no ye ben wo man kasa eto betimi the trottens and then betimi the ball ato na so no abo totals no akwa ediaba mini aba wo betimi abo ampe no etimi akwa ba chese ye ben efia nkasa baby a yensas ne ewo no eni kwa ye bretu otu bi mo ye wo fia nkasa ani yensas nso edida kwa ho enti betimi atona de sidan ana betimi ato na wo de bie company kese se eya sorry se eya hospital se eya filling station se eya school eya event center eya warehouse and a shopping mall ana pesa ye ewo so emposa wo pasa ase no duomu atu aton ni nyina ekwan da fam ba ye betwa bi edi amount ye won sase ne wholesale ewo ho ye won dodo enti wo de me say so wo pasa wo to bi na wo ton a ekwan eda fam abusia tiemesi ensase no ewo Tripoli ya ewo dowenya kwan so Maka Central University say ye ben no and Maka Saglement affordable housing sounds ye ben no and afei Reverend Sam Kranche Ankra baby ani prayer city out in this shallow city and shallow city ewo no ye ben ne papa ana baby a yensas ne ewo so no wonim se enche biada ye baba yi Kutaka International Airport afi baby away near the Akotopoli area ho entimi near the America transfer say wo abroche say wo Ghana ham baby a wo biara tutumrika na beto yensas me fi say ekromu pe ana wo to asase no na wasu dan na watena ho no mo amanfo asia dan po ho no dada ye ebinom tete obi bia ho no mo enti bomodi abra na ebeto ya asase ne ebi utobia unu hu da biara da mesi yenkwane company Imascon Estate Ghana Limited yene eni adwumako a woto ya asase a langard bia me haw wahini bia me haw wo bia me botuo wo bia me kum wo bia me tete da biara da wo benya wasomdwe ama bia koyie me se promotion ye yentino asase na ne bo no eye 30,000 Ghana cedis no ya teso hwem ya pese otimi tobi ya de aba 18,000 Ghana cedis it is canon 180 million and how proteins ye betwa ma eno nso eye 9,000 Ghana cedis it is canon eye 90 million entimi ne onse ya dwene ho pa onse ya do ye pawasam ye nwa ma wa brochire se woni gidie mpa wabusuafo ma nya gidie ewe mu numbers ade tu dwanom mamadian fra wo fra kwambia so no ye betwa asase ne bi ade ato hom wo pesi ye sidan wo so ma wa no nso no ye contractors o ma ben ye be sidan kama na ye de ama wom abusia fa wo hye promotion mu na watuma nya asase pa ne bi ato me se asase de eye japade to bi to faja nchima sade be ye na da chian komedi woni wa ye bebo dimpam die numbers ne bio ebra ye sorry so akwai na watumi afrem ye number no eye 0553 840 646 0553 840 646 afei 0553 838 730 0553
0553
838
730
afei die chatwo no eye 0209
0209
155
155
437 0209
0209
155
155
437 abusia Imascon Estate Ghana Limited nyagidie we mu beto yensas ne bi na fa hye yensa nsia dan papa wo so emafisa yane ene company ba ko pa Ghana han me bensa asesema yede no ehuni asma woto a wo ha bi
log on www.22bet.com.gh and play on watch away better aha adebe me wedi cash watch a wucha ye ma odi ewi ne bi enti so we team crowd lose ya ye ma plow back of investment a we investment ye we sika na we di trap the sound so dey be chow back enti and pay watch make sure say we need 22bet.com for ebedi agra from wadaro me win cash bet to play bet to win after that be a St. Louisa local rice for the one aroma and pay open a natural rice just made perfume scented rice but your own one you one in fact what you see what and say in fact natural straight from the Ghanaian farms. I don't pay St. Louisa local rice and I may come for the amount. Wow, pretty restaurant. Wow, we had the event. How do I say? But you wow, no, watch it at all. But you open more, a year papa, a year correct on the Ghanaian market. In fact, in French, I regulating body, all the necessary nutrients as we are in rice. On submit to me, a St. Louisa local rice. Cost shopping malls now and or Melcom shops in a woman. And pay the Ghanaian market very affordable and very nice and nutritious. I don't pay again, open so we distributor across the country. Region beer will be offer you know be in combo na you to be a man to me at only do you become your business and you make profit out of it. And say I don't pay when it's St. Louisa local rice in combo 0277 452742 and after 0546 242343 na when St. Louisa local rice in combo but you open with your choir one more La Paz I just send the Echo Bank please contain and no I said that be Emma's Global Link Limited for the and pay one more Roma. But you would tell me who are interested will be too fine. But you watch your visa as I said with your flight reservation. Ticket to the one same live it to Emma's Global Link Limited for and what you know, but you'll be up as any part of the world in Europe, in America, Canada, UK precisely. Maybe up as could be one will be making sure applications to the schools, no one way again, one will be secure all the admission requirements. Now, I think to me, my school, no, what to me, everybody says it's all mobile, my Saka scholarship, but you one more year, and the general pay speak to them. Now, they sorted out, but your challenges, no, anyhow, be free. Let it not be your worry, say, we're a professional person, a teacher, a nurse. A construction worker, a mason, plumber, carpenter, in fact, your dream is to migrate from Ghana. Maybe a person go around the world. But your Emma's Global Link Limited for other river. Some will be secure visa or any amount. One will be paid you man or any account. Now, I think maybe I will be a woman drew her. One more baby, I'll bet you. Cratch out with a year, you may not. But you won't be young when you are at the amount. Say, we are Ghanaian who are butchering, but you want a document. President permit. Only be. You are not a citizen. Work permit only be in a problematic part. I don't pay, but you would take Emma's Global Link Limited. Some more Ebebo are sorted out. Speak to them. Say, oh, Kumasi, I will share me. I don't pay. Obeko Asafu Labor. One more at the Senate office. Directly opposite. The greater Accra region and Accra, but one more wage at Kaswa Main Road, no White Cross Junction, one more Eben West African Deco Towers Company, I don't pay when you are money 0504 203401 0504 203401 and after 0535 502499 0535 502499. Now when Emma's Global Link Limited for in the Encomo and obey. Now one more so let me do this as well. Now I feel member and African Ponzigas. But your Fidico Poultry and Animal Feed Center for Anna Efrey say, oh, you're Ghana creating. It's true, we'll be I'm too sweet, too cool, observing a lot of my interrary. I go to the DBS, I'm a sweat. But you'll be our poultry farms and pay. This is your bit. And see, Fidico for Daraba, almost some person, and one hour, you wait you, but your winners can be banana or education. But your more poultry farms are good on in and coconut, as I say, one will live healthy. And a pay Fidico Poultry and Animal Feed Center for Daraba. One more and the food supplement. In the with vitamins, minerals, for for the development of your birds and animals. And make it a point. Nama Wonsanka Womunia in road. A former woman, a bebo yepa. Yedika a layer premise, but your layer premise, no, ya the Franco Wamutun Cosiano, Edriane, na ya edia mouth. But your officer Wakoko LA in so many quantities. Womutu be brepa, Womutu Cosiano, a Kesia at the Mawa. Manuan in Ram, but you met me abuana mana to a Kesia. Layer premise, I recommend the Food and Drugs Authority approve the Ajatu, a papa, Modia collaboratory, as certifies a correct a buanco corner comedy. And Tano pay used to be a friend, and Emma won't cook. Broiler premise, a cocobia, walk up the level of weight and the debate way. And I don't pay who person wa cocono when you see the free one. So broiler premise, no, your friend Adrian and a fireman. Benya who are then shown. Fish premise, no, those of you who are into a catfish farms and now tilapia farms, more and really tilapia. But I don't pay, but tilapia, the Kasia pa. Now wait, every more a fish premise, no, and now the befra tilapia. Now with the amount of pig premise, no, is made for piggery, and I don't pay. Such a whooping preco, no, what will be brave. Nah, when your pork could be at home with your man Crawford. Richard, I be some New York. To another Bahopa, and Jano Pay, but you make it a point that used to be. Now, toxin binder, declare all unwanted material at the free abuana system, and see, I am now the Anwaka. And they be a abuana system will be at the and pay if you want to be a distributor in any of the races, only any income. The number is 0244-260-190, 0244-260-190, and after 0242-769698. You war I'm right here. Will you beat Dodoa main road in the Tobu to now only any and too much goodness I sent. My main brother and African Paul Ziga so now Eclipse Collateral Management, but your one more number one collateral management organization. Say me na o property don't pacho why and crata dia toswa. One more fabra, one more the bay juba, na one more to your commission ewo home. Afe will you be a business person, but your open loan only collateral. Speak to them, one be more collateral, na etimia boao ama we secure o loan. Adenta new site, Tabakan Street, and one more ewo, and pay ube one more ewo. Speak to them on 0266999020 and after 0302551877. Na one a year. Eclipse Collateral Management for any come up. Now, not my browser, I mean, too.
That's it. Kwame nekana mo some kapao na mia nimni won some kana kwame.
Yeah.
Me de me mame born no ma mienu so. But me ne tell because of time factor. Na snete de no.
Yeah.
Kessben 92.9.
Anything na ma omuyi Dr. Kwame Adokufo ko. Kumasi Technical University. Also on an board chairman.
Okay.
And Adokufo wouldn't allow that. I'll come there. Adokufo wouldn't allow that. The reason why a man acquired vice chancellor, our Kumasi Technical University College.
Okay.
And it's Adian. Come remember hon. Let's see. Come TBU.
Me too.
2008 Auditor General report. By. Anna report in reveal say
yeah.
Oko Ghana National School Feeding Programs now. You were areas be honoma irregularities abeba.
Yeah.
81 districts, municipal and metropolitans. Anna sa irregularities na bao. Eti baby ne oko baby to say Ntunkumso Roman Catholic Primary School Kwame.
Okay.
And then was such a east. Much say school for encore I don't know 172. But ye inflated figure no. I am a 380 peoples. And 208. And per head ye jisikani edi. Tiasma bekani. Okwa St. Methodist Primary School. School for encore I need 442.
Okay.
Now that 442 no, Ena ya create 2 caterers at their mom instead of 1 caterer. On buy and say 2 caterers. Ena a chance ankura no so. Senyeja DA. Or me inflated figure from 514 to 792. How much chem iron 2 schools, but 1 school. They make what I say. This one, the Auditor General's report in 2018. Kwame, tell my investigation. The then National Coordinator for Ghana School Feeding Program, Mr. Kwame Appiah, he was asked to step aside. He was suspended. Why was he suspended? He was suspended over allegation of involvement in fictitious deal in the payment of caterers of the program.
Across the country.
Across the country. 81 district and municipal and metropolitan noa. Nasa irregularities and all. Papa na ne payment. On na coordinator. 80. Before a special investigation, let's see a suspended on that investigation because the whole bet me a boom. Kwame.
Yeah.
Pension fraud because 2014. That pension fraud, no, what happened? They say, a branch be yes, Okoyiska. You fed Wuga, Okoyiska, a high street branch of Standard Chartered Bank. It will do on a pension man, which is 77,000 Ghana cedis. It will do on Okoina, bankers who said no, Debbie. A branch, sika no be ni ebe onu ankasa ni dintie bu se so onu a wo so onu a ne picture onu a e no say ni age no and the facial construction ni everything e situ obi a wako pension. So they call police and they started investigating him. E no who say ya create and comfort ya create names bia ya so omo ye pensioners abantua sika de ko ho abra am ko pension ghost names Kwame ye calculation 600,000 which is 6 billion the chiasma make it later on investigating no who say one man be a friend Sonny Eric Adinyira na sa Sonny Adinyira no ono aye officer our controller and accountant general department ono na say treasurer at the mass at that time. Sa papa no na friend Adam Kubi aye friend no kwa Kennedy entry and was say on po bi ba ni ko bie account e wo baabi no no betimi aye schemes a ye betua sika de atum ama ya akwa say lipa no ye pensioner na kwa Kennedy entry no eso kokofre ono no ne Kessben eye wuga no na o ma timi engineer ni ye na se komu po bi na ni afie a say ase wa ko pension. Kwame.
Age, no,
yes.
Ebe sinking,
yes, Kwame. Then he was arrested. The man no work controller the accountant general's report department. Our engineer that that's a Sonny Eric Adinyira was arrested. Kwame. If this thing has come, northern region, yet see in Samadi, Akoshenko, Akoshemua, Abayi Tracy Kadutugu. Argentina, Office of the Special Prosecutor, and go ahead to do his own investigation. But he has to investigate this with the Controller and Accountant General Department. I don't get it. Because they can also engineer from there. I don't get it.
Because it's here the ranking member on the Education Committee, Mzanichu, makes it clear. So, I mean, the average teacher on the field don't mean yes. It has to be from the headquarters.
Yes, Kwame. So, Oka reporter, Daily Guide, they buy, Osha reporter, all the newspapers they buy now. It's like a release, joint release, joint investigation. No, there be Kwame. Yanyan is Nipa no otu no kwa betimi aye Kwame.
Omo created omo cheo.
Kwame Ajay, Mr. Kwame Ajay, Dr. Kwame Ajay, Kwame. One tina say ma office of the special prosecutor enye de duma. E bi kura yen kase ono a, e bi kura no obi office one on nkofo ahyehyɛ ho ene ye saade. Kwame.
Yeah.
Eye cartel kaba because say any chain cartel Kwame utimi nya saje waiter.
I'm create a scanner by no way no much.
Oh yes, that's how they do it.
And the ghost names you intimi to us here.
You intimi to us here Kwame.
With all digitization,
Kwame intimi to us here. Me say. Womu nya saje. Kwame womu nya saje. Papa nantinasi. Ne hono controller na counter general department hono. Ghost names bia nu hebe fa ba bia obi nya we hoda Kwame nsida.
But some pim da so.
I don't know.
The corporate prime minister.
So I resign.
Richard that's so. What resign? Okay, do you want of the number? Controller.
The be ko say Kwame.
Okay.
Etie so obi atrase. Eni kwa se kosa. Ne kwa krabu no just 2 minutes. Kwame. Me matna enkoko zungu da my wife. Eye manager o me come enkoko. Eti ba bia na ye dan wo enkoko zungu. Kwame ho da na mete. Wicked bia na me ho no. Kwame. Wo ko ho do mo a.
Is it Mr. Kwesi J na?
Yeah, Mr. Kwesi J ho asa na make. Na make say Kwesi J. Onu asa na Kwame make. Kwame. Wo ko enkoko a. Koufo ni na Kou state ni na both NDC and MPP nipa omo tepon say in the future obetimi aba be president of the Fourth Republic out fu Kou brother champo Kwame baby abefa bia e won kokko anase Kou state is owura brother champo Kwame say naturally enkofo hye so person mu grumu yi a you have to be very careful, especially whereby you are doing a mainstream politics. As a so crowd, we are very careful. At the end of the Ora Bernard Champo.
Yeah.
Say no crown pa, pair there, and no my ready from Okujata black or sabo black. Sakame Yampadia Papano were killing the dreams.
For politics.
For politics to become maybe a running mate and as a president. We're killing the dreams. Because from Jerry Rawlings to Aka Kwame to President Kufuor to Alu Mahama to Martin Amidu to Alhaji Bumuni to President Mahama to Nana Danko Akufo-Addo Pakwesi Abisata to Dr. Baumia. Me who said to Nano Pokwajibai. Me who say Sanko ya abubo dia Kwame ya line up said that near 2 obo swaba I ever to be swaba obienu hodo mu Kwame yi di tia obi di bibi ba bonti say maybe Kwame ye saje we say that.
Okay. And I first I am call your time now.
Dia make an watch say
yeah
so we ye saje di be say that owura brane champo according to Okujeta black watch say as a member of parliament obianu wa we a member of parliament Kwame betimi aye side job at the profit bebrel. But before that no there's a committee or parliament ye promo a profit office of the prophet I know na say who make sure so ko ne clear who apply ne clear and say na Kwame what be operate he hasn't done it. Dey make an watch say
yeah me too
one year sad no and about that conflict of interest Kwame a whole lot eya me ya baby and brand champion baby and level na ekono enu kwa so de no ho for sa no ma we say Kwame e so be ma enipa be princess from Kwame amama nipa be princess from wodi no ho free side di wo mu kra Kwame esa dache it will go back it will come back to hit him hard I be make dey Kwame odi ne sabesi from.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Good morning. We are out, Ghana.